Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great day today. I want to dive into Mark chapter 5 today. This is where Jesus encounters a demon-possessed man. So I'm just going to read from the scriptures to start with. Chapter 5 in the book of Mark, starting at verse 1. Then they came to the other side of the sea, to the country of the Gadarenes. And when he had come out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no one could bind him, not even the chains, because he had often been bound with shackles and chains, and the chains had been pulled apart by him, and the shackles broken in pieces. Neither could anyone tame him. And always, night and day, he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from afar, he ran and worshipped him, cried out in a loud voice and said, "What have I done to you, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? I implore you by God that you do not torment me." For he said to him, "Come out of the man, unclean spirit." Then he asked him, "What is your name?" And he answered, saying, "My name is Legion, for we are many." Also he begged him earnestly that he would not send them out of the country. Now a large herd of swine was feeding near the mountains, so all the demons begged him, saying, "Send us to the swine, that we may enter them." And at once Jesus gave them permission. The unclean spirits went out of the man and entered the swine. There were about 2,000, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea and drowned in the sea. So those who fed the swine fled. And this is the important part that I want to dig into. Because they fled, and then they told in the city and in the country that they went out to see what it was that had happened. Then they came to Jesus, saw the one who had been demon-possessed and had the legion of demons. They saw him sitting and clothed and in his right mind. And that's what made them afraid. And those who saw it told how it happened to him, how he had been demon-possessed, and told them about the swine. They began to plead with Jesus to depart their region. So there's a whole bunch of stuff we could dig into here, but the one thing that I want to talk about is the people and how often I find myself being these people in the community. Instead of focusing on rescuing people and casting out demons, I'm focused on my own well-being and my own economy. See, they were more comfortable having a demon-possessed man that they couldn't chain down as long as their finances weren't impacted. I think it's important to know that when Jesus is doing something disruptive, it's almost always going to be very disruptive, very difficult, but it will always be for the better. So instead of in my heart saying during these struggles, "Please leave my area, Jesus," I would never, I think, say that out loud, but in my heart, in my struggles sometimes, it's easy to say something like that. When my kids are frustrating me, so I say something or do something that might embarrass them to stop them. That's almost the same thing as saying, "Please leave, Jesus." When a coworker frustrates me and I snap at them, that's almost the same as saying, "Please leave, Jesus." When I make a mistake and I punish myself even with insults and I insult myself, "What an idiot. Why did I do that? That was so stupid of me." That's a lot like saying, please leave, Jesus. Instead, can I look at that breaking and those little sufferings and ask, Jesus, what are you doing? Help me to see it, and help me to trust you in it.